I made $40,000, bro. Almost $41,000.
Yeah, show the camera. We gotta see what's up, man.
We just refreshed it, man.
40K in a day?
Hey, man.
Oh my man. How did you feel whenever you closed the trade and you seen a profit of $40,000? Like, how'd you feel?
Man, I was trembling, bro. My daughter has to get dropped off at school at 8:20. I'll drop her off. I'll give her a good kiss, get out, bye. Get out of here. You know what I mean? You need to pay for mentorship, bro.
Right.
Pay for systems and mentorships. That will help you.
What's like the worst thing that's happened into your career?
Yeah.
And like, how does that like, correlate to where you are today?
It was
That's for someone who's on the fence right now, watching the video. What would you tell that person right here that's like actually like on the fence about getting into the program?
I tell them that
one of my top students, he started off as a beginner actually, and he actually made about $40,000 in one day, 2 days ago. So he flew all the way over here. I'm about to interview him for 5-10 minutes, see how he was, his experience, see how it is, and let's just hear the raw transparency, the reality. I don't want any fluff, any edits, any cuts. Let's see how it goes, all right?
Hey, Money man, how we doing, bro? How we doing, man?
you doing all right?
The rich man, how you doing, man?
No, bro. That's you.
What's this, man? What's this, man? Man, you ain't have to, man.
Come on, bro.
They put them bands in them, man.
Bro.
Come on, man. Big money, man.
Can't make no $40,000 to my man $500.
This man made some bread for the market. He delivered me a personal gift, man.
Little asses on there.
Should I count it right quick?
Count it, man.
Man, I guess, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Listen, Hey, listen. Man, I'll put in some more investments, man. I appreciate it, man.
No problem, man.
Starting off with a gift, it's out the right way, man. Love to hear it. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
People all the time on Instagram and online, they say, I'm making 10K in a day, But it's like, people don't believe in trading because of all the nonsense. But do you want to show them some proof that like you made the 40,000 a day, you feel free?
I took that around. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna probably put my wife on blast. She may not like it, you know what I mean? But the deal is that when I paper traded, I'm gonna go to Webull. When I paper traded a lot, and I would be sitting up just paper trading and trying stuff, and my wife would be like, "Oh, you playing video games again?" Yeah, that was her deal. You playing video games?
Yeah.
Let's see. This is my account right now.
Okay.
I made $40,000, bro. Almost $41,000.
Yeah, show the camera. We gotta see what's up, man.
We just refreshed it, man. See, I don't think it's fake, man. This is real stuff right here.
40K in a day?
Hey, man.
Oh my man, you went crazy, man. Nah, bro, you went crazy, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Thank you, man. And it was so funny, man. During that trade, I got into the trade when I first parked, and then I had everything going, and I had decided to stay in it because it was climate, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 22, 3, 4. And I said, man, I got to get home. So I was driving, and it was the longest drive ever, man. I was just like, oh no, somebody was supposed to be stopping at the yellow light. So I finally got to my house, put my screens up, and then I just waited it out, man. I called my brother. I said, man, you are not gonna believe this scenario. You know what I mean? My brother's one of the people, he's not a risk taker. So I said, man, I'm $30,000 up in the trade.
Oh, wow.
He said, close it out, get out. Right. I've been talking to him about the trade.
Right.
He's been through my ups and downs, so I told him 30,000. He said, get out. I was like, no, bro, I'm riding it out, bro. I'm gonna ride this one out.
Yeah. That's for someone who's on the fence right now, watching the video, they want to get to the program.
Yeah.
What would you tell that person right here that's actually like on the fence about getting to the program?
I tell them that to stop wasting time. Stop wasting time, especially if and how today's market is, you need to stop wasting time. This is actually a great time to get into the market with how things are going. I can attest that this man is available, that you can shadow what he's doing and be successful. I do not know nearly as much as I need to know about the stock market, and I have been able to get success up to this point. So it's almost like I believe that you're gonna instantly get your money back. You know what I mean? You're gonna get that. For this program, I was over in the profit a long time ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? A month or so, even before, I had already got my money back. So I would say if you're on the fence, get going, man. You're wasting time.
How did you feel whenever you closed the trade and you seen a profit of $40,000? Like, how'd you feel?
Man, I was trembling, bro. And I was trembling, man. Here's how that stock happened, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my daughter has to get dropped off at school at 8:20.
Okay.
Central Standard Time.
Okay.
The market opens up at 8:30. So typically, if something is hot is going on, I'll drop her off. I'll give her a good kiss, get out, bye, get out of here. You know what I mean? And then, man, I'm going to this parking lot, man.
Yeah.
So I'm going there and I'm opening up 3 screens, man. I'm opening up my.
So you locked in?
I'm locked in my car, man. I got Wi-Fi in my truck, and I'm like this. That night, night, you had said, and I was up late just really back testing some of the strategies that I use that I've been somewhat successful at. So when I don't get a chance to use it or something happens, I'll go out that night, I'll back test it on my favorite stocks. Could this have happened?
Right.
Or if I didn't get it in this trade, so let me take it off the 5 minute. What did the 1 minute look like that scared me from getting in at that point? So I'm just kind of studying that night, you know. And then I came across a video that I didn't see earlier. It was you calling out MU.
MU, call it out.
Man, look, they pop it. I mean, their financials just came out. Man, they crushed their expectations. Man, I'm telling you, this is going to be a hot stock, man.
Right.
And the fact that, and I'm going to tell you this, the day before, maybe a couple of days before, you caught the run up and made good money on the run up.
Made like 5K on the run up.
Right. I got in late, lost 2K. So I was mad at her.
Right. he like, I gotta go take my revenge on this stock.
Look back.
You're right.
So the deal is that I was mad.
I mean to cut you off, but I think it's so crazy because I remember we were sitting here at this desk when we first got into the program.
Right.
He got into the one-on-one mentorship, the in-person package, and he didn't have much experience. You had some, but you didn't have like vast experience.
Right.
I was telling you about what you're gonna do, what our goals are. You telling me, I was writing out your goals, seeing what you're gonna do for the year and everything, and now we're here. So I guess like for somebody who's like a complete beginner, you know, because there's programs that do trading and coaching, people are like, wow, I have no experience. Like, do you feel like our program is fit for beginners as well?
Oh yeah, the deal is that I believe that it's really fit for beginners. I mean, it's almost like this. One of the people who come in who have a little bit of experience, you're gonna find yourself a beginner a lot of times because oftentimes you need to unlearn bad habits. You like me?
Right.
You have to make yourself coachable, you know, because I've been talking to people and you can't even finish your sentence. They're going, oh, yeah. I'm like, bro, you ain't gonna be coachable, bro.
Right.
First, so there be people who are beginners who know they're beginners, and then there are people who are beginners who don't think that they're beginners.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's really two things. So my thing is when you come into this program, I mean, for someone to break everything down for you. Hey, this is why you set your screen up this way. This is what the candles mean. This is why the stock is going up and down. It's almost like, man, if you trust that process, get that information, be able to digest whatever level you could digest at the time, and then stay with it.
Right.
There's gonna be a time in which all of that stuff starts making sense. I would really tell everyone to don't waste a lot of time. You know what I mean? Because oftentimes it's almost like if you can get the information before you bump your head too hard or think that this ain't gonna work for me. You know what I mean? Because those are all the thoughts that are forming when you're trying to work outside of a system that you created.
Exactly.
I mean, you start seeing, I don't want to say instant success, but damn near instant success.
Pretty damn
you know
quick.
What I mean? It's dang near instant
It's
success, man.
and it's like people don't, and like the thing about it is a lot of people like try to give me shit because like I spend so much time with my students. You know, I do daily live trading. I share my screen. So like, how helpful is it for you to have someone actually share the screen, do live trading? Can you like explain like, you know, what do we do?
It's just to hear your thought process.
Right.
Even when you go in, the live trading is very valuable because it's almost like theory versus action. You know what I mean? You can read as to how to trade, but then for a person to say, what you read, here's what we went over last night in this call. Here's how it's applied to this situation this morning. Remember we talked about blank. Here's what we're gonna do right now. So to see you go into these trades and say have success, to see how you apply your discipline in it, how you apply your entries, and really how jovial you are in the morning. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, let's make some money today. You know what I mean? So even in times in which I would be like, man, I don't know, I'm tired or something happened. You get online, you got so much energy. Yo, we're gonna smack this market.
Right.
We're gonna smack this market today.
Right. And that's like a blessing, man. And I guess like, bro, being in like a hands-on mentorship where I'm able to coach you one-on-one, give you like live trading classes, like how kind of helpful has that kind of been for you? And then also, if you want to give like an honest, transparent, like, you know, review about the program, is it worth it? Like, you know, like what's it kind of to you?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, the mentorship, man, has been the structure of the learning. Because somebody would ask a question, and it's almost like, you know, I had to relate this to going to church, man, right? Pastor. No. When you go like this, it's different when you go to a church and somebody asks a question and then the pastor just tell you, oh man, look, this is what God said. But it's different than when somebody go, look, turn to your Bibles. And,
Right.
That's a different level. So when somebody asks a question, they would ask you a question about why did you do this or why, you would instantly say, hey, let's go to the Discord and look that up. I'm going to send you a link as to where I put that information so that you can be able to go back and refer to that if you have questions. Because there's usually, when there's a group of people talking, one person's asking questions, 10 people have questions but are afraid to ask. You know what I mean? So the fact that when someone asks a question and then you're able to disseminate that information and then tell people where to go back and get it, I don't care how simple the question is, there's no shame in it. It gives other people confidence to ask questions and so forth. So the hands-on, the mentorship, how you laid out that system, man, it is one in which you can just come in at whatever level you're at. You can come in at wherever the rotation is, and if something that you didn't get before, you get back. You're always going back and pulling in information as to why you're making the decisions.
What's like some struggle points or some areas like, in your trading career, or like what's something like, what's like the worst thing that's happened into your career?
Yeah.
And like, how does that like, correlate to where you are today?
Man, probably the worst thing is that you have to go through your growing pains. I heard, I don't know, I think it may have been you who said this, but it was almost like if your knowledge can outlast your money, that you lose. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. So you want to get knowledge up front, you know what I mean? And if your money can outlast that, you're gonna be successful in stock trading. You're gonna be successful because you just have to get through that period. You have to use wisdom, risk, balance, and stuff like that. Paper trading. I talked to a dude last night who didn't even know paper trading was a thing.
Yeah.
He thought you had to start live.
You have to. People always believe that.
Yeah, I mean, you can start in paper trading, and the paper trading could be real for you. But one of the struggle points, man, that me is just some of it has just been how time management. Me personally, my personal life, how I set up my time and everything to be able to trade and feel like I can clear that space out. It took me a while to clear that space out to be able to trade. The other thing is that it was the disciplines, man, and holding the stock too long, winning the stock, everybody cheering, you looking at your board, it's red because you tried to turn the corner in the back.
You trying to be different. Yeah.
Even one time when I reached out, I said, man, I lost money. He said, at one point you were profitable, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? I was profitable at one point, but I stayed in. So the deal is that working with you start seeing the long-term effect of being disciplined.
Right.
Hey, I made this today. Hey, I made that today. And at the end of the day, it all stacks up. Rather than trying to make day trading as a hustle.
Right.
One of the terms that you always use is, hey, your trading career.
Exactly. It's a career.
So the time in which you invest is you invested in your career, and you really need to look at trading as the same way as you look at all of that.
Now that you grew your account, from where it's at now to $77,000.
Yeah.
What's like your plan as far as making a payout? Or like making your next payout?
Yeah.
And like, what's like your psychology as far as like, money management, as far as actually paying yourself?
Man, I personally, man, am waiting. I came into this saying that I want to trade. This ain't everybody's deal, man. And I was going to talk to you about this to see if it's something that I should do. But I want to actually have my trading account to be 100K. You know what I mean? So I'm waiting on my payout because but let me tell you this, I have other income sources that are helping me to be able to do that. And I'm not going to say that I will never do it, but I'm waiting for it to be 100K because after it's that, then everything that's over that, I'm going to be taking out on the regular. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's going to be my cash flow. But until then, I want it to be 100K, but I'm just gonna let you know that you put me almost a year ahead with that one trade, bro, because that day my account doubled, man.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I had 35 or 36 or something like that in that account, man, and it doubled, man. It more than doubled, man. So I'm way ahead of my schedule, bro. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be making them withdrawals real quick.
Come on, and man, like for you, man, like how important is it for you now that you have an income stream and now you can make thousands of dollars just off your phone?
Right. I'm gonna put it this way. My son plays Roblox a lot.
Okay.
He asked me what the Roblox stock is doing today.
Okay.
Because I'm putting it in his head. You know what I mean? He's 10. He said, hey, Dad, can we pull up the charts and look at Roblox?
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Generational wealth.
Yeah, man. So the deal is that this is information that I'm passing on. So that's why I said this dude could raise his prices. You know what I mean? Because I'm passing this information on to my son. And I said, hey, man, don't necessarily be on the consumer side of stuff. Let's get on the ownership side of stuff. You know what I mean? So here's how you can own some of the stuff that you really enjoy doing. So I'm showing him that. But the other thing is that if you are my age, You know, like I said, I'm close to 60. If you're 20, you know what I mean? You don't know, you can't see the tunnel or nothing. You can't see. But me, I can see 10 years down the line. Do I really want to have some place to go and have to be somewhere if I don't want to? The answer is no. The investment for me really came easy. It gives me the mobility that I want. It gives me different types of options that I want. You know, being a trader, you know, if you work for a big company, that's great. You have that little cushion, but you don't know what's going on at the top. You know what I mean? I know what's going on at the top. You know what I'm saying? Right. Every day I know what's going on at the top. So depending on what the market's doing and so on and so forth, I can change my risk around. I can change my entry strategies. I can just change up things that I want to do. But I just see myself long-term always being successful, always having a desire to continue doing it. So I would say get going, especially if you, at my age, if you're 45 and up, you know, this right here will put your retirement plan, will put your savings and stuff like that. It'll put it on turbo, you know what I mean? Yeah. No, if you want to get in at a younger age, if I was in my 20s, and I hear this information, just no telling where I'd be. Because as much as you put into this and put into your knowledge, you're gonna be able to get it all back. It's just, to me, it is a river of money flowing through your land, and you should irrigate some of that dough your side through information through the stock market, man. So my deal is that I would tell any age group, it's never too young to get in, it's not too old. I'll say this also on that. I remember when me and you were sitting in this same room and you were telling me to, hey, okay, open up your chart and do this. And I was having problems with the technological side of it, you know what I mean? Right. It was like user error or a lot of stuff. And I was like, man, you know, I was like, you know, I know you're gonna have to tell me that again, bro, you know what I mean? Right. And then instead of that one step, break that down into 3. And I was just talking about it with my own computer that I use every day. You know, you're like, oh yeah, no problem. You told me how to go this. And you say, if you have any questions, go here in the Discord, read this information. This is how you set up your Webull account. This is how you pass the different securities within that. Right. This is what you need to be able to provide to them. I mean, it was just all laid out. I couldn't have stumbled my way to where I am right now. Right. It was a track that I was on that got me here. So I just really appreciate that, system, man, and track, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, you did amazing, bro. I mean, from where you were 6 months ago to where you are today. It's crazy, man. So I feel like I'm analyzing this video right now. You see me as this inspiration. This is a sign, you know, that people who are everyday people, they have jobs, they have businesses, they have families. You know, you can get into the stock market, you get into investing, you get into trading. All you need to have to get into that is a right plan, community, people who actually believe in you. Right. And Kenneth, when he started out, he had no experience with the stock market. Technology was funny as well, right? But like, you know, operate things down in a way that everybody can understand things systematically. So if you want to get into our program and get into our 6 weeks trading mentorship program, the link below is to the description right here on YouTube, is below in the comment section as well. So Kenneth, man, much love, my brother.
All right, thank you, man.
Great interview, man. And man, what's one last gem you can tell people when they can? What's one last gem you can tell somebody right now?
I would say when you get going in trading, you don't necessarily tell everybody that you're doing it. Right. Because you do not want the resistance that sometimes comes from the naysayers is just give you an unnecessary hurdle to get over. If you, I mean, it's almost like this. Let people ask you what you're doing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And they will when they start seeing your success, when they start seeing the stress fall away from you based on the stuff that's going around, you'll see people who are not in control of their own money, stressed out and stuff like that. But you know, let people ask you about what you're doing. And then you still may not tell them, you know what I'm saying? Because I just don't, sometimes you tell people what you're doing, they just like a deer in headlights, you know what I mean? That sort of thing, because everybody has these preconceived notions of whatever it is. And so I would say, hey, get going, get in it. If you're looking for a community, you have a community right here. Right. We're gonna be the ones who encourage you. We're gonna be the ones who help you down the way and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes the community that you have now, you might have to kind of like chill with them until you reach a level of success. So that's the unnecessary resistance that you don't want to have. Just keep it to yourself.
That's a gem. Where people will literally block your blessings, bro.
Oh, for sure.
They don't see it happening for themselves. So they try to limit your success.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
And if you would listen to them, we would never be here today, man.
Yeah,
No this problem. Is an amazing interview, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Man. Again, bro, I appreciate you, my dog.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro.
Right here. Look at
That's right.
Look at. He's like 6'20".
Hey, look.
So, God, man.
Look.
Now we're here, at the winning table right now.
That's right. That's right.
I made 15. This guy made more money than me this week.
That's right.
I made about 16K. He made how much made this week?
This week, man, I'm at like $44,000.
So I mean, I got some note taking to do this week. My students make more money than me this week.
No.
So, just know, man, this is his first year really full-time trading.
sure.
Man. So I look forward to see you get to 100K mark.
Yeah.
It's kind of fascinating to my brother, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Anytime, man.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Great.
All right.